some words on the next attack by Iran on Israel. I made this video already on the reverse on facts, is crossing lines. So you see now Iran's idea of attacking Israel. Today is Saturday the 13th of April. So Iran has attacked Israel for decades. This is the facts, or these are the facts. Without any response from Israel. And the reverse of facts is just typical for Islamists. Iran is not the Iranian Islamic Republic, but it's an Islamist republic. So if you stand against Islamism, I talk now also to UAE and Saudi Arabia, then you can't be on the side of Iran. End of discussion. And it looks more like an excuse, because there was this attack on the Iranian embassy in Damascus, and everyone, the whole world, just claims that it was Israel. I checked it out. There is no confirmation from the Israeli side that it was them. It could be also somebody else. Yeah, it could have been somebody else, just to fool the conflict. The Israelis, of course, don't back down, because they are not idiots. And okay, so now Iran finds a new excuse to attack Israel. They find a lot of excuses because that's just their ideology, but in fact there is no reason for anybody to attack Israel. That's the first point. What makes me a bit nervous is the position of Russia. Yes, Israel can deal with Iran. Okay. Where does Russia stand? Right now, I checked the Kremlin website. What do they say? I didn't find anything. I checked the TASS. I also couldn't find anything. So obviously, the Russians have nothing to say about it, or maybe it takes them some time. But there's one thing clear: Israel can't deal with Russia. And I speak now also to the Russians. You are, in the Middle East, you are standing on the wrong side of history. You are friends with the most terrible regimes, Islamistic dictatorships like Syria and Iran, and you are definitely, in this case, you're definitely on the wrong side. You are on the sides of Nazis, of murderous, genocidal Nazis. The question about Ukraine, you're on the right side, because the West is on the wrong side. And the US started the conflict with Russia in Ukraine. This is completely clear. But in this case, in the Middle East, you are definitely on the wrong side. And when Russia made actually sure there is a kind of a deal, or not a deal, but kind of let's say, not animosity anymore between Saudi Arabia, UAE and Iran last fall, I grew a bit. That was even before 7th of October. Anyway, I felt a bit uneasy. I thought, why are you doing that? What's wrong? That was not for peace in the Middle East. No. That was always clear for me. That was not an act towards peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East is without Islamism. Peace in the Middle East means everyone who is against Islamism stands up and fights Islamism. That actually means if Saudi Arabia or the UAE would be honest, they would stand with Israel. But they are not, which is obvious. And otherwise, no one in the UAE would send even what I said already, even a sock to these Palestinians. They get billions of dollars. Why do you need to send them food? Why don't you help the Israelis? These are just lies. This is blah, 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 and nothing else. Yes, I'm afraid, because the Israelis are my people. And they stand for the right thing. You know what? I was always against the Western agenda. It's a Nazi project. It's a Nazi ideology. And Netanyahu sold his mainly Jewish population to Nazis, Pfizer. And the side effects of this mRNA technology are murderous, and it's all. I mean, it's not. I think there's still people who don't get it, but especially in the West, I have relatives like that. But one of the side effects is infertility, blood clusters, heart attacks, strokes, cancer. And even 2021, I wondered about it. I mean, for me it was kind of a scandal that Netanyahu really sold his population to Pfizer. And the side effects, it's most dangerous in age between 18 to mid-50s. That's exactly when the Israelis go to the army. Exactly. So then I thought, in 21, I thought, actually, does he play in the hand of the Islamistic agenda? Because most people forget that there's also an Islamistic agenda. It's a globalist agenda, by the way, what we also see now. Yeah? So, and last year, when there were terror attack in Iran and terror attacks in Turkey, for me it sounded more like it was also backed by the Western agenda. Yeah, the Turks, they like to bomb Kurds, so they didn't really investigate. I have to say about Iran, they really investigated, and they found out that were people trained in Ukraine. So I was right. So I thought, okay, do the Americans try to fool a conflict in the Middle East because they saw that they couldn't win against Russia? Yeah, that's my confirmation, yeah. 7th of October. And I'm still convinced that this is one agenda, the Western and Islamistic. That's why I also don't understand why the Russians are completely messing up things in the Middle East. Again, till now I haven't found any statement from the Russian side what they are planning to do. But I tell you, dear Putin, and actually like you in general, if you stand by the Islamists, you can't claim anymore that you're against Nazism. Yeah, this is just nonsense what's going on. And that's all I have to say at the moment.